Hey y'all, welcome to Other Realm Studio. I'm Paula and I am running just a bit late. There's the chat. It should be pulling in everything from YouTube chat, Facebook, and also from Twitch. So if I start answering people that you don't see, they're probably just on a different platform than you are. There was something else I needed to work on. Oh yeah, I need to set up Hangouts somewhere, somehow, on something. But not tonight. I don't think I have time. Here I have um, a little bit, uh, a little bit of the gap between Soulbound issue 1 and Soulbound issue 2 from Torin's perspective. You don't get to see a whole lot of him in issue 1, but he has a lot of excitement coming up for him in the second issue. This is my comic that I've been working on. And, hang on. I've already got the first issue done. And it's at the printers now. So, pretty soon they should be printing that. Let's see, this is what I came up with for my last stream. It's yeah, some people back over that way are playing Fortnite right now. Something funny happened. So let's see, this is an ash ghost. And I like how this one turned out. This turned out pretty well. And I did, let's see. On Friday, I did talk to somebody about what I should make this time. So I have been showing up a little bit unprepared. But I'm really surprised that I've been showing up at all. Especially for, well, I've been really consistent. I'm really kind of proud of myself here. Let's see. This is about the dimensions for digital wallpaper. Helpful Troll Spamzilla. Well, I'm proud of me too. Nice of you to stop by. So I'm supposed to be doing a panda this time around, which is funny. I saw the best video of this poor lady in the zoo. I guess it's a zoo in China. She's trying her best to just clean up in the panda pen, and the panda cubs are not letting her have any of that. And they're just like stealing all her stuff all the time. It was hilarious. So let me see if I can do a nice sketch of a panda tonight without any references. Because I was asked to by Jerry Berry 180. And well, why shouldn't I take requests? So I did notice that bears' feet are kind of longer and flatter than you typically expect them to be. Hang on. So I didn't expect myself to be quite this consistent with my posts. But I've done all right. And I've gotten quite a few done in a relatively short amount of time. Okay, let me adjust some of my proportions here. Let's see, maybe a little more blunt in the face. Yeah, what would be useful over here in the decorations, in the vegetation. I mean, you know, they have the ginkgo leaf, the husky maple leaf, generic foliage. Yeah, all that's really nice, but some bamboo would be great. Just slap a big line of bamboo back there. But they don't have it, not on the basic one. So I will live without that. So now that I have my sketching layer done in, my sketching layer done here in this hot pink, I'm gonna be serious and switch over to black on a layer above it and work on doing this a little more neatly. And I don't have to stay exactly on my very hot pink sketch lines. But, whoa. It's good to have them so I can tell when I need to deviate from them. I think maybe this one's going to end up looking a little bit abstract. Rather than being like realistic line art. Because I really like the idea of suggesting the forms with shadow and negative space. Okay, that looks a bit more like a bearish nose. So on paper, I wouldn't be able to go straight to inks. Not without planning on erasing later. And that, a lot of times, that does not work out like you hope. So let's see. Lots of excitement happening around here lately. There have been kittens, which I crawled through thorns and poison ivy to get to. It was an experience, and there was a little bit of urgency over that because I had seen a creature out in my yard that was some sort of fairly largish predator. And I was thinking, well, it's either a small coyote or a very, very big fox of a size that I did not expect foxes to reach. So I was definitely leaning towards coyote for a while there. But, oh joy, I saw the thing again today. I did not get a picture, unfortunately, and I also didn't get a shot off at it. It was hanging around my chicken coop. So, not very pleased with that. And also my chickens are too stressed to lay eggs now. And we're also having to keep the rabbit inside. And we don't really have a hutch made for inside, so he's living in a box. A cardboard box that fortunately he can't really get much of a grip on with his teeth. So until the fox is gone, or I don't even know. I mean, every now and then I have seen foxes out there before. But this one is acting awfully bold. And I don't like it. It makes me feel uneasy. I think it's a fox this time. I did get a slightly better look at it. I looked at its face this time. It was very narrow and pointy. Also, it was very red. But mostly its coat was gray with a lot of red underneath. So, I don't know. The good part about it, if it is indeed a fox instead of a coyote, which is what I'd originally thought, based on a glimpse I'd seen of it through some branches and trees and shrubbery and stuff that we have out there, then the good part would be I'm pretty sure foxes don't necessarily hunt fawn. I really don't want to lose the outline of this ear too much, so I might have to come back to that later. So yeah, I ended up having to bring in kittens because I was afraid of them being eaten by whatever the large predator is. Well, large-ish. If it'd been a stray dog, I would have done the same thing. But the kittens are about a month old. I'll be keeping one, and somebody else wants another two. And so that leaves 4 orange ones that still need homes, and I've temporarily named them all Naruto. So yeah, we got kittens. And they're all acting up. But the good thing about me catching them so early is they're going to be very friendly with people. the not so good thing part about kittens is they are very distracting, and I have a lot of work to do. I have editing to work on, and pretty soon, I think I have this too rounded right here. Pretty soon as my comics come in, I'll be shipping those out to everyone who backed the Kickstarter. Let's see. Let's raise this up a little. And I'll also have some copies for sale on my website, which is www.otherrealmstudio.com. So if you have a minute, please stop by there. I have a newsletter, which, speaking of stuff I need to get done, I need to send out a newsletter. Let's see. Well, not bad. So, yeah, newsletter at some point in my life. I need to remember what I wrote in the last one so I don't just repeat myself. So this little guy turned out cute. Let's see. Maybe hint a little bit more here. At where the fur would be, do some erasing out. Yeah, that works. Ta-da! A panda. Let me see. I can pop another layer on there. Bring that back. And let's do some bamboo. We could use a slightly different texture. Oh, that's interesting. I like that. course, bamboo is segmented. Hey, how you doing? This is me trying to figure out all the stuff that comes with my program, actually. Eventually, I'm gonna buy a book. But I'm working with Clip Studio Paint EX, which is really phenomenal, and I actually own a disc with it, so it's not like the Adobe software. And I don't have to keep buying. Well, you know, it used to be like Manga Studio 5. People who want to resell their work. Yeah, Adobe's gotten worse. They've cracked down again. But I don't like the idea of leasing programs, so I was really pleased to find this one. So this is the EX version, which has it has an animation menu. It seems to use well, now I can't find it, but it looks like it uses OpenTunes. Well, yeah, if people do make a lot of money off the program, then maybe it would make sense. But what happens if you're a freelancer and you have like these dry seasons and you can't guarantee an income to pay a definitely will be charged to you monthly fee? Yeah. Well, the way that they're enforcing it is they're not just dropping support for the older versions, which is kind of common, but they're also making it so that anybody using the older versions of Adobe after a certain date is breaking the new terms of service that they've come up with. I think they've been advised that it's illegal. I need to go look it up again and see what's going on with that. But yeah, it was a lot of drama. Which I was suspicious in the first place, so I didn't get involved. I don't really like leasing programs. Well, yeah, I mean, a lot of people have totally legit copies of like Photoshop. What was the last one? 5? That was really good? Or that I've heard good things about? And now they can't lease it anymore. Or, well, they can't use what they have anymore. It's going to be rough when they have to retrieve their programs. Or retrieve their designs that they've done in that program. Transfer them to something else. Let me see. Yeah, I went ahead and paid for this. So it's a better option. Oh. Okay. Visitor I had on Friday asked me to do a panda this time around. And I have done a panda. I would like to differentiate some of this bamboo here. I like the design pencil. It turned out really cute, but it doesn't really do a lot for detail. Let's see. Maybe I can go a bit bigger than that. Yeah, I haven't bought anything new to go with this one. There are a lot of brush packs that look really interesting that I'd like to try out, but I haven't gotten into any of them yet. Okay. Had Miss Chaos in here for just a second just now. It's past her bedtime. So now I've completely forgot what I was saying. We're going on about basic tools. Yeah. I haven't bought anything new to go with this. I do occasionally kind of window shop the other what some of the brush designers have put in. I'd like a steampunk one. Just something that you can like swipe a brush across the screen and get all kinds of gears. That would make my life easier. I haven't found that yet. Watch me have to make it. Yeah. Yeah, like in pocket watches. You know, if you can have, let me show this. I don't really know that pandas care about the Victorian era. Okay, so look at this. If you can have, let me grab this for a second. If you can have braided rope like this in a brush, why can't you have a bunch of gears? The lace is really cute. But yeah, there's all kind of stuff up here. If you can have, look, if you can have that, why can't you have a bunch of gears? Actually, that wouldn't be terribly different. Japanese ribbon. Interesting. Okay. But I have a lot of comic ideas, and one of them, would be a steampunk adaptation of a fairy tale, actually. And I'm really excited for it. It's going to be really funny. But there's so much detail in steampunk. Yeah, if you have your airships, you have your really detailed fashion. It's drawing goggles is kind of fun. Just add gears. It's not just gears. I can't have an entire comic of gears. Hmm. Hmm. I don't know. Maybe I could, but not this one. We'll do a different comic. Somebody will have to live in a clock for it. Yeah. It'd be so maddening, though. Because you can't just... The problem with it is, the reason I would like a brush to do it, is that you can't just draw a circle and add teeth to it and have a gear. Not a working gear. It's not that easy. Because I tried. Because the first time I tried to draw a gear, I thought it would be that easy, and it's not. And I'm not quite sure what I'm supposed to be doing to fix that. See, why would somebody need to live in a clock? Now there's the movie Hugo, which I had kind of hoped was more punk. But there was living in a clock because he was avoiding the police, I think. Maybe it needs to be an important clock. The steampunk doomsday clock. Whew. Hang on a second. I need to wring out my wrist. I probably don't have very good posture while I'm drawing. Let's sketch that down. Well, good night. I cannot tell if the first letter... Well, good night to you too, sir. Sir? Maybe? I can't tell. You just look like print. I can't tell if this is Langsund or if this is possibly a capital I. No, I just live in a permanent state of confusion. Langsund. Okay. Well, thank you so much for stopping by. You have a good night. Let's see, I've about got all my somewhat rent up. There's a little bit more on this edge of the screen. So yeah, just about got all my bamboo sketched in. It's not the greatest looking bamboo, but you can tell that's what it's supposed to be. 'Cause I gotta go soon myself. But I was kind of hoping that Jerryberry 180 would stop on by and see that I have indeed made a panda. Ta-da! I kind of like the really rough textured bamboo with the very slick and almost abstract panda here. Let's tidy that up just a little bit. And I'm going to add a hint of brown to the eyes. It's not that easy to see or to tell apart from the black, but I think it gives a little subtle warmth. See, I think that I can add another layer and drop it down behind this background. Let me see, a little bit bigger. So I really should go back in behind these and do a little bit more shading. So I don't have quite so much white space left over. And also so that my panda does not look like he's radioactive and glowing. Flaming panda. And a little bit of shadow would be a good idea to anchor my panda to where he is. So I'm actually putting the shadow behind the ground layer, so you can still see the texture of the ground behind it, or in front of it, something like that. And it is 9:59 p.m. and I should be getting to bed myself. So, thank you for hanging out with me. I appreciate it. And I will be back on whatever day tomorrow is. I think it's Tuesday. Yeah, it should be. From about 9 to about 10. Yeah, eventually I will get more precise with my times, but so far, yeah, I'm just going to count myself lucky that I've gotten as close as I have. Alright, so, if you'd like to see more about my comic, my website is www.otherrealmstudio.com. And I have more about that and my other art on my first page of my website. So stop on by. I also have a newsletter. I'm currently open for commissions. So if you have anything for me to work on, that would be awesome so that I can afford to finish out my comic. Well, that I can afford to get started on issue 2. Issue 1 is on its way. So, let me erase that. Alright, that's better. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the other realm. Good night.